So welcome guys. A very warm good evening to all of you. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. Let's wait so that your peers can join as well. We will start in few minutes. The lectures are not started yet. We will start in next 1 minute. Let's wait so that others can join as well. Good evening everyone. A very warm good evening to all of you. Here because there might have been some changes in timings. That's why. So you can raise a ticket about it. Good evening. Good evening everyone. Fine, yeah, you can join after a few minutes, but make sure if you miss something, you go through the recordings. Yes, I'll share yesterday's file. Let me know whether I'm clearly audible or not. So yeah, I am sharing you of for the part till where we will be completing financial modeling DR. So probably for the probably by next month. Okay. So yesterday's class, I have shared it with you. Let me share my screen and we will start with the session. Shall we start with the session, guys? Perfect. Let's start. So we completed till here. We made our income statement. We were discussing that we need to analyze this income statement. So while investing in a company, we need to see that how has company actually performed. Now, these are just numbers when we see in the first hand, right? These are just numbers that, and all these numbers are in crores. So we will write all values in crores. Okay. Now, once we have written over here all values in crores, we will shade this with a different color. Sure, I'll repeat EBT. Just give me a second. And make it italic as well. Now, if you want me to repeat EBT, let's suppose this was earnings. We have our EBIT and interest expense, right? So EBT is nothing but very simple. It's is equals to EBIT minus interest expense. It's EBIT minus interest expense. Guys, is my voice not clear? Because BK is saying my voice is not clear. So is the same issue faced by everyone? Please let me know. Okay. Okay. So BK, Brijmohan ji, probably there is an issue from your end because others are saying the voice is pretty much clear. Okay. Now EBT, again I am doing, it's is equals to EBIT minus interest. Once you have this, you what you need to do is shift right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, or what you could have done is select this whole range and control R. Control R means control right. Control R means control right. Okay. So we are dragging formula towards our right. Fair enough. Everyone completed till here. Shall we start? Didn't attended yesterday's class. Just give me a second, guys. Let me read. Someone has commented. Sorry for excusing. Actually, I didn't attended yesterday's class, so I'm not able to understand today what you are explaining. So should I leave now and first go through the recorded lectures? Yes, that is advisable of yesterday's class as well as for today. So yes, SP, what you need to do is you need to go through the recorded lectures that was provided on your LMS portal about the yesterday's class. Go through the yesterday's class, go through today's class, and from next week onwards, we will continue with the live session. So you definitely won't understand anything about today's lecture. That is for sure. So what you need to do is go through the recordings of the yesterday's class. Now dividend. What is dividend? Company has generated 3,790 rupees of net income. 3,790 crores of net income. Out of that, 755 crores of income has been distributed to the shareholders, and that is dividend. Okay. Now we are going to analyze this. How we are going to analyze this? First step, that too, if let's suppose I have written this in between. I have written this revenue, COGS, gross profit. Now what I need to do is I want to add some lines in between. How can I do that? How can I do that? How can I add lines in between? So what I will do, I will use shift and space bar. What I will do is I will use shift and space bar. Once I have used shift and space bar, the whole range is selected. The whole row is selected. I will simply do control plus. Control plus. So I will have one row in between these two. I want to, let's suppose, add one more row. So again, I will do shift and space bar, control plus. What I will do is shift and space bar, control plus. Let's suppose if I want to remove a row, then what I will do? I will do shift and space bar, control minus. Everyone clear with this? Everyone, are you guys clear with this? Shall I move ahead? If anyone is not clear with this, please stop me here itself. And if yes, allow me to move forward. Okay, I'm repeating. If you want me to repeat, comment repeat, I am repeating. Sure, I'm repeating. I'm repeating for those who have not understood this. Let's suppose I want to add some rows in between. Let's suppose I want to add a row in between these two line items, between COGS and gross profit. Let's suppose I want to add a row. So first of all, I will select this whole range. How will I select this whole range? I will use shift and space bar simultaneously. What I mean by simultaneously, together. By pressing on shift, I will also press on space bar. So shift and space bar together. Everyone clear with this? Those who asked me to repeat. VT, MM, PS. I am repeating this for three of you guys. VT, MM, and PS. Shift and space bar. The range is selected, right? Are you guys clear with this? Shall we move ahead? Now control plus, simply control plus together, control plus together, control plus together, and I have added a new row. Again, what we will do, shift and space bar, control plus. Now I want to see, I have seen that it has been grown from 50,000 to 57,000 to 68,000, 79,000, 86,000, and there was a fall, 75,000, 70,372. So this is how Maruti Suzuki has been performing. Now I want to see that what is the growth? What is the growth from last year to this year? For example, last year sales was 100 rupees, or let's say 100 crores, 100 millions. Last year the sales was 100 millions, and this year the sales went up to 120 million. So what is the growth? The growth is 20%. What is the growth in percentage terms? The growth is 20%. How can I get that 20%? So the formula is this year divided by last year minus 1. This is 0.2. I will change it to percentage using Alt H and P. So this will give me 20%. Now I want to see, again I am repeating this for the second time. 100 million was the sale for the last year. 120 million is the sale for this year. The growth is 20%. How will I get that 20%? So the formula for sales growth is, to get that percentage growth in sales, it's this year divided by last year minus 1. So what is it? It is this year divided by last year minus 1. Fair enough. Let's check the growth. Revenue growth. I am repeating again. I want to get sales growth over here. I want sales growth over here. What is the percentage increase in sale over the period of time from last year to this year? So what I will do, the formula is this year divided by last year minus 1. So this is 13. I want to change it to percentage. I will click on this percentage and it has been changed to percentage. So from last year to this year, the sales growth is in, the sales has grown 13%. The sales has grown 13%. Am I clear with this? Guys, am I clear with this? Now, similarly, I will drag the formula, Control R. I am seeing that the growth was 13% in 2016, 18 in 2017, 17% in 2018, and in the last 3 years, the company has repeated good sales numbers. I'm repeating again for those who didn't understood. I want to check that in percentage terms, what have you grown? So earlier, let's suppose PP, you were making sales of 100 crores. And this year you are making sales of 150 crore. What is the percentage growth in sales that you made? You made a 50% growth in sales. From last year, you were making 100 crores of sale. This year, you are making 150 crores of sale. It means that you have increased your sale with 50%. Now the question is, how will I going to calculate that what is the sales growth? What is the percentage growth in sales terms? To get that, to know that, the formula is this year divided by last year minus 1. This year divided by last year minus 1. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this? PP this time. I will drag this Control R. Control R, and I have my revenue growth numbers. Why do we take minus 1? Because okay, why do we take minus 1? Let me explain this. How would we find percentage? How would we find percentage? The percentage, let's suppose last year sale was 100 rupees. This year it is 150. So to calculate the percentage growth, what we need to do is this year minus last year divided by last year. This is how we get percentage. This is how we calculate percentage of anything. I want to calculate percentage growth from last year to this year. So what I will do, this year minus last year divided by last year. Using basic algebra, I can also write it as this year divided by last year minus last year divided by last year. Last year gets cancelled and 1 remains. Anything divided by itself is 1. So that is why the formula is derived as this year divided by last year minus 1. I hope you guys are clear with this. Nevertheless, you don't actually need to get into derivations. Yours is showing 13% or 12%. Probably it's to 12% because the check the numbers. Is the numbers same with you as well? 57, 589, 5801. If you have copied the same numbers, then it should come 13%. Still, if you are getting 12%, it should not be a rounding off error or something. What is the exact value that you are getting? Exactly 12%. Most of them are getting Akshay 13%. Okay. Okay. So you got your difference. Perfect. Now, this is the revenue growth. Percentage is same. Perfect. 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 Now, this is revenue growth. Okay. This is revenue growth. Now, we have analyzed that the best performing growth rate for the company was 2023. And the worst was 2020, probably due to COVID-19 pandemic. Fair enough. Fair enough. Based on this, we are getting the analysis that company has performed on better grounds and is improving year on year. Although there was decline in growth rate in the last year, but companies, I think it can't be because of pandemic. Yeah, there could be multiple other reasons because of it. Because the COVID-19 pandemic started in November and December of 2019 and it went up to 2020 and some years of 2021 as well, some months of 2021 as well. Probably then there would be recession as well. So 2020, right? 2020 books of accounts also incorporates the data about 2019 to 20, right? So it started in COVID-19. Pandemic started in 2019. So this is the impact probably due to pandemic. Okay, fair enough. So based on this, we can analyze that the growth rate, how consistent a company is with it with respect to its growth rate. Okay, next COGS. Next we have COGS. When we need to analyze COGS, that is cost of goods sold, we analyze COGS based on percentage of sales. Percentage of sales. Why percentage of sales is used to analyze COGS? Because we want to know that the revenue that we have generated out of that, what percentage have been used to produce that car. So let's suppose I have sold a car for 50,000. Let's suppose the company has sold one single car for 50,000. What is the component of the car? What is the percentage of that car that company has spent in COGS? Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry for the disturbance. So what I'm saying is, out of 50,801 rupees that the company has generated, what is the percentage of that amount that company spent on producing those cars that they sold? What is the percentage of that amount that company has expensed on producing the cars that they sold? So to get that, we will simply do COGS divided by revenue. COGS divided by revenue. Again, change it to percentage terms and we will have our percentage. Shift, right arrows, control R, we have our formula as percentage of sales. Now, always remember one thing, expenses like costs and expenses are always reported as a percentage of sales. Profits are always reported in margins. Profits are always reported in margins. Profits are always reported in terms of margins. Okay. So here we have our gross profit. What is the concept of percentage of sales? Just give me a second. What is up? Yes, I am repeating percentage of sales. Give me a moment. Let's suppose. Okay, I will have to keep this pen tab with me, I guess. I will name this sheet as rough sheet. This is something. Give me a moment, guys. Give me a moment. Let me. Okay. I will name this sheet as rough sheet. Now, percentage of sales. I am trying to explain you this concept. Please try to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's suppose you have sold 100 rupees. Give me a moment, guys. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Now it should work perfectly fine. Yes. Alt HP. Alt HP is the shortcut key for converting to the percentage. Let's suppose you have sold 100 rupees of. Let's suppose you have sold 100 rupees of goods. Now, out of those 100 rupees of goods that you sold, you spent 40 rupees in purchasing it or producing it. This 40 rupees was your production cost, including raw material cost, the cost of transportation, and everything. This was the cost of producing the goods that you have sold. Now, what is the percentage that you spent on production of these goods? Production cost is COGS, cost of goods sold. This is production cost of that particular good, only that particular good, excluding operating expenses. Okay, so these are my production cost. This is my production cost. Now, what percentage of my sales is my production cost? 40%. How will I know that? The formula is COGS upon sales. This is what we are doing over here. This is what we are doing over here. We are calculating percentage of sales because it is COGS upon sales. So to know what is the percentage that I have spent on producing the goods that I have sold, out of the total sales, what percentage was spent on the production of those cars that has been sold? COGS divided by revenue. I will also write the interpretation for you. Interpretation would be what percentage of sales I have spent on production. Okay, fair enough. Next is gross profit. Although you might have heard the word profit margins. What is profit margin? Profit margin is nothing but, I will give you example. Sixth standard, remember sixth standard profit and loss? Sixth standard profit and loss. You have sold goods worth rupees 100 rupees. This 100 rupees became your cost price. Sorry, selling price. Not cost price, but selling price. You have sold goods worth rupees 100 rupees. This is your selling price. 80 rupees was your cost price of getting that good. What is the profit? First of all, what is the profit? Profit is 20 rupees. This is your profit. And what is the profit margin? What is profit margin? 20 divided by 100, that is 20%. And formula for profit margin would be profit divided by sales. That would be the formula for profit margins. So similar concept we will implement over here and try to get the gross profit margin. Since this profit margin we are calculating on the gross profit basis, it would be gross profit margin. So gross profit margin. Gross profit divided by revenue. Gross profit divided by revenue. If I want to change this to percentage using a shortcut, I will use Alt H P. Otherwise, if you are a beginner and not comfortable with the shortcuts yet, you can simply click on this percentage sign. But yes, you will have to make the list of all the formulas. Although I am giving all the formulas, revenue growth, I am making a note of all the formula in the cell itself. So for revenue growth, this year, and this is not for revenue growth, for every growth rate that you are going to calculate. So growth rate is equals to this year divided by last year minus 1. So I am trying to mention all the formula in the sheet itself. So while referring, you guys don't get confused. This year divided by last year minus 1. Perfect. Gross profit margin. Gross profit divided by sales. Now again, we have employee cost. We will add, but will the class schedule it next week also? Yes. This would be the timing. Okay. Now, again, I have to add few lines in between. I have selected this shift spacebar, control plus, control plus. Shift spacebar, control plus, control plus. Again, I need employee cost as percentage of sales. Employee cost as percentage of sales. So it would be employee cost divided by revenue. Employee cost divided by revenue. I will drag this and use Alt HP. Similarly, the same thing I will do for selling and admin as well. Percentage of sales, it would be selling and admin divided by revenue. Now guys, do you want me to write after every percentage of sales that it is for employee cost as a percentage of sales, it's employee cost divided by sales? Don't you think if I have mentioned this for COGS, the same logic would follow for every line item? So I am not writing over here. Do you want me to write this? Please let me know. Do you want me to write the formula after every percentage of sales, or will you be comfortable understanding if there is, okay, if there is percentage of sales, COGS as a percentage of sales is COGS divided by revenue, then employee cost as a percentage of sale would be employee divided by revenue. Selling and admin as a percentage of sale would be, okay, I'll write for you. Few students are asking me to write. Employee cost divided by revenue. Selling and admin expense. Guys, those who feel the need to write, it's okay. I'll be there for you. I will give you a hand-holding experience. But I am expecting equal efforts from your end as well. I want you to practice as much as you can. Okay. Next, the same thing I will implement over here. Control C, Control V. Okay. Is equals to other expenses divided by sales. Drag this formula. How come 1671 is only 3% of 5801? Try using a calculator and verify it yourself. Try using a calculator and try to verify it yourself, TG. So TG is saying something is wrong with the percentage. How come 1671 is 3% of 5801? If you feel that there is something wrong, try using a calculator and verify it yourself. And please let me know if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Next, other income as a percentage of sales. Alt HP, we have percentage over here. Now we have EBITDA. EBITDA is earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. It is kind of a profit. So again, we will have, in case of earnings, we have margins. In case of profit, we have margins. And in case of expenses, we have percentage of sales. Take your time, CS, take your time. What I am just explaining is, in case of earnings and profit, we represent it as margins. And cost and expenses, we represent it as a percentage of sales. Now, what does selling and admin include? Selling and admin include all the administration costs like electricity bills, power bills, consumption, transportation, probably the transportation of the raw materials or the transportation to the showrooms, those things, and also the cost related to your staplers, pins, stationaries. Salaries are part of employee cost. Salaries are part of employee cost. Okay. Other expenses include all the miscellaneous expenses. Since Maruti Suzuki being such a big company, miscellaneous expenses are 1,287. Coming to EBITDA margin. Coming to EBITDA margins, it's EBITDA divided by sales. Here we are with our EBITDA margins. Again, depreciation will be percentage of revenue. Since depreciation being an expense, depreciation divided by sales. No worries, PM. We have EBITDA margin, it's EBITDA divided by sales. Similar to gross profit margin, it's just that we are calculating it on EBITDA. As like we calculated gross profit on gross profit divided by revenue, EBITDA margin is nothing but EBITDA divided by revenue. Just like percentage of sales, but yes, we are representing it margin because like gross profit, EBITDA is also representative of profit. With the name, it suggests earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization. So it is a sort of a profit. So we are representing it in margin terms. Depreciation being a percentage of sales, since it is a cost. EBIT, again margin, earning before interest, taxes. So it would be EBIT margins. EBIT divided by revenue. Now, because other income is not profit, other income is one source of revenue. Other income is just like one source of revenue, one source of income that company has generated. It is not profit. Income is different from profit. Income are the sources through which you earn. Revenue is a source of income. So it is not profit. Profit is different. Earnings and sorry, income is different. Earnings and profit are different things. Income is revenue is my source of income. If I'm selling something, the amount that I'm getting from my customers is income. But is the whole income my profit? No. How other income related to sales? Because when you are seeing, if you can see, if sales are increasing from year on year, my profits are increasing as well. When my sales are increasing, when my sales are growing, my profits are increasing as well through other income. My profits through other income are growing as well. That is why it is related to other income. That is why it is related to revenue. Sales amount is included in other income? No. Other income are different channels of sales. Like what could be other income? Let's suppose company has given a loan to someone. Company had 10,000 crores of rupees. Company gave that loan to you and you will pay them interest. So that interest is source of other income for the company. That is why it is represented different from it could be interest income. It could be income from other sources as well. For example, company has a godown which company has lent out on rent. Dividend income is not the part of other income. Dividend income, yes, received, maybe income received from the company may be the part of other income. Let's suppose company has a go down which company has given it on rent. The rent received through those sources can be the part of other income. Every company has different sources of other income. Fair enough. Depreciation, again, percentage of sales, depreciation divided by sales. EBIT margin, let me keep it as it is. I will change altogether all the line items in percentage terms. Interest expenses, percentage of sales. Yes, income received from other investments is a part of other income. Income received from investments is a part of other income. Interest expenses, percentage of sales. Interest. EBITDA margin. EBITDA margin, it's EBITDA divided by sales. What is EBITDA? Earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So what are the earnings company is left with before deducting any interest, any depreciation amount, any interest amount, or any of the taxes? That is earnings. Earnings for the company before deducting any interest, taxes, depreciation, or amortization is what EBITDA is. Now, EBT, earning before tax, again a earning. So we will be, this is called pre-tax margin. This is called pre-tax margin. What is this? This is nothing but pre-tax margin. Let me drag this formula. Yes, gross profit margin is gross profit divided by sale. Every profit margin is nothing but that respective profit divided by sale. So when I am talking about pre-tax profits, it's pre-tax profit divided by sales. Earning before tax is pre-tax income divided by sales. Tax expense. Tax expense. Now, interest expense. Interest paid on debentures, loan that the company might have taken, paying interest on that, that is interest expense. And percentage of sales, interest divided by percentage of sales. Now I have made, let's suppose earnings worth rupees 1000 and I have paid 200 rupees tax on it. I had made earnings, pre-tax margin, it's pre-tax income divided by sales. Pre-tax income divided by sales. So guys, now how did I am making notes on these sales. How am I making these notes? How am I making these notes on the sale? How am I adding these notes? So the shortcut for this is Shift F2. Shift and F2. Shift and F2. Okay. Let me delete this. Fair enough. Tax expense. I was on tax expense, right? Now the question is, if 1000 is my earnings before tax, 1000 is my earnings before tax, and 200 rupees is my tax expense. What is the percentage of tax? What is my effective tax rate? To add a note. If you want to add a note over here, you can use Shift and F2. If you want to delete it, I'll tell you, use Control Copy of any of the cell and use Alt S C and copy that comment. Nevertheless, you don't want to get into this now. We will see this somewhat at a later point of time. Let's stick to the topic. Tax expense. 1000 was my profit and government is charging me 20% tax. So 200 rupees is what I paid. Now, if I want to know the effective tax rate, for tax expense, we use effective tax rate, ETR, called as effective tax rate. So it's taxes divided by earning before tax will give me effective tax rate. So effective tax rate for this year was 24%, and it's 28%, 26%, 29%. These are the effective tax rate paid by Maruti Suzuki to the government. Formula for effective tax rate is different than other formulas. So please remember it, tax expense divided by EBT, earnings before taxes. Tax expense divided by earning before taxes. Finally, we will come to that part, SN. We will come to that part as well. But for now, it will unnecessarily create confusion. I'll come to that part as well. Let me just finish this. Profit after tax. Finally, we are calculating net profit margin. Net profit margin, that is net profit divided by revenue. Net profit divided by revenue. Okay. Finally, we have dividend. Dividend is 755 out of 3,790 rupees. The company has earned, the company has given 755 rupees of dividend. So we want dividend payout ratio. What is the percentage of net income company has distributed as dividend? That is given to us by dividend payout ratio. percentage of net income company has distributed as dividends. Percentage of net income company has distributed as dividend. Dividend divided by net income. Formula for net profit margin, net profit divided by sales. Let's suppose PM, pre-tax margin, margin of anything, may it be EBT, EBIT, EBITDA, gross profit. Margin of anything is nothing but that given profit divided by sales. So what is percentage of earnings before paying taxes? What is earnings before paying taxes as a percentage of revenue? This is what we are depicting over here. So pre-tax margin is percentage of earnings before paying taxes as a percentage of revenue. Percentage of earnings before paying taxes. Earnings before paying taxes as percentage of revenue. Earnings before paying taxes as percentage of revenue. I am coming to everything one by one. I will discuss dividend payout ratio as well. Give me some time. Effective tax rate. Let's suppose I have earned 100 rupees. Out of that, government is asking 25% of it. If I have earned 100 rupees, government is asking 25% of it. Yes, this will also be uploaded on LMS and it will also be shared to you by the end of the class. What I was saying, let's suppose I have earned 100 rupees and government is asking 25% of it. So what is the tax rate? What is the tax rate that I am being paid? Now there is one corporate tax rate. It is fixed for all 25%. Every company has to pay 25% of its earning. But then there is something called as deferred taxes. Now what is deferred taxes? Let's suppose my tax expense for this year was 10,000 rupees. For example, tax expense for this year was 10,000 rupees and I have paid 6,000 out of it. Now, this is going to be a bit confusing. Now there is called accounting profit and then there is called profits for financial statements. I'll come to it at a later point of time. I'll distinguish how effective tax rate will be different from corporate tax rate and why it is different. For some year, it is more than corporate tax rate. For some year, it is less than corporate tax rate. Pre-tax margin. Let's suppose after deducting all these expenses, you made 100 rupees of revenue. Right, Pragati? You made 100 rupees of revenue. Out of that 100 rupees of revenue, you paid 10 rupees to your production cost, 10 rupees as salary expense, 10 rupees as employee cost, 10 rupees as depreciation. After all those things, you are left with the last 10 rupees. So how much part of your revenue, what is the percentage of revenue that you are remaining with after paying all those expenses above taxes? Except taxes, earnings before tax means all the earnings before paying any tax. So what is the percentage of the total revenue that you are remaining with after paying off all the expenses is what pre-tax margin gives you. So as I have written over here, earnings before paying taxes as a percentage of revenue. For you, I'll write a different definition. Please try to understand. Portion of revenue left as earnings or remaining as earnings before paying, after subtracting all the expenses, but before deducting any taxes. So please read this out and let me know if you are still not clear. PAT is profit after tax. PAT is profit after tax. Pre-tax is before paying taxes. So what is pre-tax? Portion of revenue remaining before paying any taxes and after deducting all the expenses. Shortcut to add note, I already told it is shift and F2. For pre-tax margin, the formula is not only for pre-tax margin. I don't know why you guys are getting confused. For every margin and every percentage of sales, the formula is same. The formula is same. For every margin and every percentage of sale, the formula is same. The number, if you want pre-tax margin, it's pre-tax divided by revenue. If you want interest expense, it's interest expense divided by revenue. Effective tax rate, for effective tax rate is tax expense divided by EBT. Tax expense divided by EBT, earnings before tax. For every margin, again, I am repeating probably for the 10th time that for every margin, guys, don't try to mug up these formulas. Try to understand this with a logic. What is margin? Margin is nothing but anything divided by sales. What is percentage of sales? Anything divided by sales. Now, what would be that anything? If you are looking for EBIT margin, it would be EBIT divided by sales. If you are looking depreciation as a percentage of sales, it would be depreciation divided by sales. Okay. Dividend payout ratio. Dividend payout ratio, again, I am repeating, it's dividend divided by net income. Dividend divided by net income is dividend payout ratio. What is the percentage of net income distributed as dividend? Percentage of net income company has distributed as dividends. Okay. Control R. Now let's try to make our model a bit neat, a bit clean, and a bit representative. Let's try to make our model a bit unique. Okay. Now let's suppose, give me a second. Give me a second. I want to show you something that you are going to love. Don't copy me this time. Let me do something, and I'm trying to teach you a shortcut, but don't copy me, please. Now, here I have percentage, right? Here I have percentage. How do we use formula? Which formula? We have discussed all the formulas, right? Which formula are you talking about? I'm coming to that, Nikhil. Just hold on your thought for a while. Let me complete this part. Now, I want to change all these percentage, all these numbers into percentage form. I want to change dividend payout ratio into percentage, margins into percentage, effective tax rate into percentage, pre-tax margin into percentage. And all these things that we had covered into percentage, I have to change it. Now I will don't go in each and every line item and try to change it. I will not go to each and every line item and I will try to change it. Then what I will do? I will show you what I will do. Everyone has revenue growth rate figures in front of them. Select that whole range. Change this color to gray and font to italics. Change this color to gray and font to italics. Everyone done with this? Please let me know. Select this whole range, change this color to gray and font to italics. Done? Are you guys done? Perfect. Perfect. Now what I need to do is, okay. Now what I need to do is copy the same, make this change, make the same change happen to everything, to each of the line items. So how am I going to do this? I will select this whole range. I am going to select this whole range. I will copy this, Control C. I am going to copy this and I will select this whole range again. Shift and space bar, I will select this whole range again. This time I am going to use Alt ES, or I will go to paste special, and I will select format. I will select format. I will click on OK and it's done. Everyone with me, please do this with me. Again, I'm repeating for you. I have selected this whole range, copied this whole range, and selected this whole range again. Everyone there with me till here, please let me know. Those who want me to repeat till here, please ask me to repeat here itself. Once I am done, I won't be able to come back. Everyone, shall I repeat? Please ask me to repeat. If no one is asking me to repeat, I will move forward. Now, paste. Okay, okay. Someone is asking me to repeat. I am repeating. I am repeating. Control C. Shift, space bar, Control C. Done till here. If not, ask me to repeat. Ask me to repeat here itself. If done, those who ask me to repeat, please allow me to move forward. I am letting the names know. RJ, VR. RJ and VR. Are you done? RJ and VR. Radhika, are you done? I am waiting for you. This time, shift space. Shift space. Selected the whole range. Comment done. RJ and VR, you too. Please comment done if done. Selected the range. Are you done? Perfect. Go to paste. Select paste special. Comment done once done. If you are able to do Alt, Control, Alt, VT, it's perfect. Some of you might not be very much fluent with the keyboard yet. I'm making things easy for you. Comment done once done. Comment done if paste special is open in front of you. Perfect. VR is done. RJ waiting for your reply. Click on format. Click on format. Click on OK. Done. Now go to every cell and click. Select this whole cell. Select this whole cell. Everyone was done till here. Everyone was done till here. Now select this whole column, sorry, whole row. Select the whole row. In the first cell, it is showing in decimal. Okay. Then if it is showing in decimal, change it to percentage, Alt HP. In the first cell, if it is showing in decimal, select the whole cell and do Alt HP. Copy this, Control C, and using the same technique, Using the same technique, click on format, click on OK. Done. Are you guys done? Yes, I have converted it to percentage and also colored the cells. I am copying the format over here. I want to change all the values into the same format. Once I am done, shift space F4, shift space F4, shift space F4, shift space F4, shift space F4. Let me know if you want me to repeat. Was this simple? Was this simple? Again, I am repeating. What I want to change the color. Okay, who all are asking me to repeat? Nikamni, Shatrughan. These two people have asked me to repeat. Control C. Comment done. Nikamni and Shatrughan, comment done if you are done till here. Control C. Copied the format. Copied the format for percentage of sales. AR, please be there for next 10 minutes. You will yourself realize you are able to understand it or not, or else you can go for the recording as well. It's completely your choice. Once done, done. Okay. Shift space, selected the whole range. Selected the whole range. If you are doing from laptop, you will have to use function F4. If you are using keyboard with your laptop, F4 would work as well. Shift space F4. Alt ST, Alt ST, okay. Now shift space F4. 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 Done. Everyone done till here? Guys, are every one of you done? Those who are done can go on a 5 minutes break. Those who are not, stay here with me. I'll help you out. But at least let me know that you're not done and you want me to repeat. Interest expense. What is interest expense? When you take loan BK, when you take loan BK, what do you pay? You pay interest, right? Similarly, company might have taken some loan. And what is the exact amount of loan that company has taken? That we will get to know through balance sheet. So company might have taken some loan. And based on that loan, company has paid some interest. That is simply interest expense for you. Simply that is interest expense for you. CS, where were you stuck? Where were you stuck? Again, I am repeating. Let's say, let's say I want to, let's say what I want to do is implement the same format, gross profit and gross margin. Gross profit is in number terms. So 14168 is amount. Gross profit and gross margin 14168 is amount. That is in rupees terms. This is in percentage terms. Margin is always in percentage terms. So one is amount, one is in percentage. Okay. Now, if I want to copy this, I am repeating again. I am repeating again. I want this in percentage as well. So I am copying this, Control C, Control C. CS, please do this with me. Select the whole range and use Alt ES T. Alt ES and T. Alt ES T. Click on OK. And this will be copied. Are you comfortable till here, CS? CS, are you comfortable till here? Now you just need to do select the whole range. Select the whole range, use F4. Shift space, select the whole range and use F4. That is function F4. Select the whole range and use function F4. Select the whole range, shift space bar, function F4. Select the whole range through shift space bar, function F4. Select the whole range, function F4. Shift space bar, 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 function F4. Function F4 is not working. Which laptop are you using, CS? Are you using laptop or computer? Are you using laptop or computer? Laptop, which laptop are you using? Intel. I will have, if function F4 is not working, try using only F4 in that case. Try using only F4 if function F4 is not working. And if that is also not working, you will have to apply for each and every cell again and again. So what you will have to do, Control C, Alt EST, Control C, Alt EST. You will have to apply Alt EST again and again. Alt EST. Even that won't take you much time. Alt EST. Select the whole range and apply Alt EST. Is Alt EST working for you? Is paste special working for you? So use paste special in that case. Use paste special in that case if F4 is not working. Now, is everyone back from break? Shall we start? Shall we resume our session? Perfect. Now, I want to highlight the important line items. The important line items are profits. The important line items are profits. So first of all, I will select the gross profit. I will select gross profit. I will bold it. Alt H1. Alt H1 to bold it. I have bolded it. I have given a bold alignment to it. Now, I will select this whole range and give it a different shade. Control B also works, right? I will select this whole range and give it a different shade. That shade could be any shade of your choice. I have given the shade. And along with the shade, I want to give a border. Along with the shade, I want to give a border. So I will go to borders and draw border. Although there is a format painter. Okay, let me introduce you to format painter. First of all, are you done till here? Guys, are you done till here? Please let me know. Everyone done till here, right? Perfect. Anyone want me to repeat? Stop me here itself. Once I'll go forward, it won't be possible to come back. If anyone want me to repeat, let me know here itself. Okay, I'm repeating once. Selected the whole range, colored it, given it a shade of my choice, selected the whole range. I have done nothing but bold the text. Bold the text, bold the text using going to home and bolding the text, selected the whole range and giving it a shade. Now, select the whole range. Again, select the whole range, shift spacebar, control 1. Shift spacebar, control 1. Going to borders and I will give a border. Border of my choice. I will give a up border and a down border. A up border and a down border. Okay. So I have given the border. I have given the border. If you wish to give the border only till this part, we have already done the 5-minute break PM. We are already done with the 5-minute break. And in 5-minute break, I took the doubts that was given to us by the student. I am really, really sorry, but we will have to go through the recordings again. Control 1. Control 1. Select the border and give the border. Yes, we could have also used Alt HB. Okay, but Control 1, given the border, select the border. Now, same thing. No worries, PM, no worries. I can completely understand. Just go through the recordings in case you feel like you're stuck anywhere. Raise a ticket. I'll connect 1 to 1 and try to solve your issue. Control C, copy. And I have to implement same to EBITDA as well. So for EBITDA, select the whole range, Alt TST. Select the whole range. Go to paste, paste special, format. Okay. Next, EBIT. I have to do same thing with EBIT. Select the whole range, F4. Now, go to EBT. Now, what is significance of EBITDA? I'll come to that. What is significance of EBITDA? EBITDA is your profit before deducting depreciation expense. So if you consider that what is the capacity of the companies, for most of the people, not for most of the people, sorry, for some of the startup companies, startup companies, net income is negative. Net income is negative. Probably that the company might have taken a huge debt. Company might have paid a interest expense. Company might have deducted a huge depreciation expense if the company might have spent heavily on fixed assets. For those companies, if net income is negative, we need to analyze that whether the company is EBITDA positive or not. Why do we need to analyze? because depreciation is an expense which is a non-cash expense. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. Depreciation as a company, we do not pay to anyone or any of the stakeholder. Now, depreciation is deducted for deducting taxes or to get tax benefit. So depreciation is an expense that company uses for its own advantage to get the tax benefit. But even without deducting depreciation, is company able to generate positive cash or positive income? Not only cash, but positive earnings. Is the company able to generate positive earnings before deducting depreciation? That we see, and that is given by EBITDA. That is why EBITDA becomes one of the most significant line item while understanding any income statement. I hope SN I am clear. Okay, fair enough. Now same thing, same format I need to copy. Copied the format, paste it for EBT, Alt S T, Alt S T. Okay, done. Fair enough. For dividend also, let's copy this format. With this, we are done with our income statement. With this, we are done with our income statement. Now, copy this, select the whole range, copy this, and paste it over here. Select the whole range, Control plus. Again, I am repeating. Copy this income statement, Control C, and do Control plus. Let me know once done. Let me know once done. Copy this, the above format of income statement, and paste it over here. Now, delete income statement from there. Delete income statement from here and name this as balance sheet. Delete income statement from above and name it as balance sheet. Now, once you are done, please let me know. Once you are done, please let me know. Everyone done? Every one of you done? Anyone who wants me to repeat? Okay, I have started receiving responses that some of you are done. KA is done, US is done, GA is done, PP is done, SN done, DK done, KK done, CS done. None of you are asking me to repeat. I am moving forward. Now go to data sheet. Go to data sheet. Go to balance sheet. And copy this whole range up till cash and bank. Copy this whole range. From where to where? From report date to cash and bank. Copy this whole range. Control C, copy this whole range. Done. Balance sheet doesn't look like that. So you are habituated to saying that T-shaped balance sheet, right? Assets in the left, liabilities in the right. This is the different format of the balance sheet, and this is also something which is widely accepted. Okay, that T-shaped format of balance sheet is accepted in some countries, but this is a common format of balance sheet. Till now, the balance sheet that you were using was based on accounts. This is the financial statement balance sheet. Try to shift towards reading this balance sheet. Am I correct, SK? SK is saying, sir, balance sheet does not look like this because he has habituated to look balance sheet as in a T-shaped format, and he is correct in doing so because most of the companies in India use T-shaped format for the balance sheet. Now, once you are done, come back over here, leave a line in between, and use Alt ES, or else open paste special. I can understand, but for financial purpose and for reporting purpose, we use this form of balance sheet, SK. This is called horizontal form. Okay. Now, once paste special is open, click on L, that is link. Once done, and if 0 is coming over here, select this whole 0, shift control left arrow, sorry, shift control right arrow, shift control down arrow, and delete. Shift control left arrow, shift control down arrow, and delete. If every one of you are done till here, please let me know. If every one of you are done till here, please let me know. Anyone who want me to repeat, please ask me to repeat, and also mention from where do you want me to repeat. Alt ESL is the shortcut to link, or Control Alt V, Control Alt VL. Okay, repeating from paste. First of all, select this whole range till cash and bank. Once the whole range is copied, go over here, go to paste special, and click on paste link. Click on paste link. Once done, please let me know. Once done, please let me know. Okay, done. Everyone, how will you deal with this? This report date is coming in number format. Deal with this yourself. I am not going to help you out in this because this is something that we discussed yesterday. Deal with this yourself. Let's try doing this. This is 31st March 2015, 31st March 2015. Copy this, Control C. Paste it over here, Shift space Alt EST. Shift space Alt EST. Change this report date to particular. Change this report date to particular. Done. Everyone, add a line in between. And to remove the color, You can go from here, or you can use a shortcut Alt HHN. The shortcut is Alt HHN. Let me know once done. Let me know once done. Everyone, anyone who wants me to repeat? Anyone who wants me to repeat? What do you want me to repeat, Nikamni? Please let me know. The format part. Select this whole range. Use short date and color it. Color it based on your own choice. Select this whole range. Select this whole range. Use short date and color it. How did I paste it? Similar to how I pasted in case of EBIT, EBT and net income. I selected this whole range, copied it. Once I have copied it, I came over here. I again selected the whole range, shift space bar, then Alt S, opened the paste link, paste special option and clicked on format. Done OK. And once I am done, you could have also done after selecting the whole range, go to paste special, format, OK. Are you done, Nikamni? Are you done, Nikamni? Perfect. Now, till here, this is total. This is total of what? Total of liabilities. So Alt H1, bold this. Total of liabilities, bold this. Alt H1, select the whole range and make it bold. This is total of fixed assets. Alt H1, bold this as well. Bold this as well. Ask me to repeat if you want me to repeat. Ask me to repeat if you want me to repeat. And I'm really admirable, guys, to you. I'm really glad to you, and I'm really appreciating your efforts, guys, that you guys are picking up the pace. Really appreciating. Really appreciating. You guys are picking up the pace. And trust me, guys, we will be picking up the speed very soon. But what I request from your end is to practice, practice, and practice during your weekdays as well. Don't consider this as a weekend class. On weekends, we will connect. On weekdays, you will have to mentor yourself. Go through the recordings again and again and practice it yourself. Now, once done, select the whole range, Control plus. Select the whole range below total, Control plus. Again, select the whole range below total, Control plus. Next thing. Shall we move ahead? Now, this 34476.9 is nothing but sum of these values. Can you see this over here? Sum. This 34476.9 is nothing but sum of all these values. So what we are going to do is Alt plus. Alt, and what plus are we going to use? The plus left to the backspace. Plus left to the backspace. So we are going to use Alt is equals to over here. Alt is equals to over here. Okay, do alt is equals to, some function would open, do alt is equals to, and drag this. Once it is done, select the whole range, shift R and drag this. Comment done once done. Comment done once done. What we did, alt is equals to, what we did, we added this. This is a shortcut for adding this plus this plus this value plus this value. We did nothing but added this. Your total is linked with data sheet. It's okay if the total is linked with data sheet. Delete that total part. Is equals to this plus this plus this plus this plus this. So this is a manual process. The shortcut is alt is equals to. If you are not comfortable with alt is equals to, go with the manual process. It's perfect. It's perfectly fine for now. Next, do alt is equals to again over here as well. Control R is also working for the same. Yes, you will have to drag it. Select the whole range, use Control R. Select the whole range and use Control R. Done. Now, one important thing. This is my, what is this? This is my total liabilities. This is my total liabilities. And as you can see, total liabilities is equals to total assets. And this total liabilities includes my shareholder equity. So I will write total liabilities and equity, total equity and liability, total liabilities and equity. Since total liabilities and equity should be equal to my total assets, this is my total assets. These values are of my total assets, but I don't want my total assets over here. I don't want my total assets over here. I want this to be only current assets. I want this to be only current assets. So I am renaming this as total fixed assets, total fixed assets. Sorry, not current assets, but fixed assets, also called as non-current assets. Non-current assets. What are these assets? These assets are those assets which are useful for me for more than 1 year. Yes. Now, the value represents my total assets. The value over here represents my total assets. The value over here represents my total assets. So if I want to get only fixed assets, I will have to remove total current assets from these fixed assets. I'll tell you what we'll be doing, but let's just get done with this and I will let you know the logic. First, please help me in completing this. Which shortcut are you talking about, PK? Total current assets. Total current assets. Alt is equals to, drag this, select the whole range, Alt H1. Now, my dear friends, Tell me one simple thing. Tell me one simple thing. I am explaining this. My total assets is equals to current assets plus fixed assets. My total assets is equals to current assets plus fixed assets. I have my total assets with me. I have my current assets with me. I want what is the amount of my fixed asset. Can I write the formula for fixed asset as total asset minus current asset using basic algebra, second standard mathematics? Can I do this? Can I rewrite this formula as fixed assets is equals to total asset minus current asset? KV, can I? KV, you asked me to explain this. I am explaining this. Perfect. So to get the total asset, let me remove the component of current asset from my other assets, other fixed assets. So other assets minus current assets. Drag this formula, Control R. You will get your total assets. So what is the formula for my total assets? Formula for my total asset is equals to current plus non-current asset. Current asset plus non-current asset is the formula for my total asset. Alt H1. Total current assets. For total current assets, I will go to this cell. Alt is equals to. Alt is equals to. I will drag this. Control R. Other asset formula. Other asset formula would be what? How can you implement that formula? Okay. How can you implement that formula? Go to this formula. You might be seeing this value 6799. Click F2. Click function F2. Click function F2. Use minus sign and subtract and select current asset. Go function F2. Click minus sign. Type minus sign at last and enter this. Drag this formula till last. KV, are you comfortable? What we did? Function F2 minus total current assets. Control R. Done. Everyone, KV, are you done? Okay. Which part? Two part. Two people are asking me to repeat. I'll repeat for them. MM and KV. MM and KV are asking me to repeat. I will repeat this for them. Which part do you want me to repeat, guys? The other asset part? Do you want me to repeat the other asset part? Perfect. Click on F2. Let's suppose these might be the values in front of you, right? These might be the values in front of you. MM, even in front of you, these might be the values. Please be responsive, guys, if you are asking doubt. Click on F2. This is appearing in front of you. Data sheet B65. When you click on F2, is this appearing in front of you? KV. This is not appearing in front of KV. Okay, if it is not appearing, go to formula bar. Now click on this formula bar. Now is it appearing KV? Now is it appearing KV? Click on that formula bar. KV, please reply. Still, you are not able to see this. Try using function F2. Try using function F2. Still no. KV still not. Try double clicking on it. Try to double click on it. Click on it twice. Is datasheet B65 appearing in front of you? Still no. Now what is appearing? Is 6799.6 appearing in front of you? When you do this, okay, it means that you have value pasted it. Fine. If 6799 is appearing in front of you, now you have made a big blunder, but still minus use do is equals to. Now how would that work? If not, okay, do one thing. If is 6799.6 is appearing in front of you, delete this. Delete the whole range. Delete it. The whole range is deleted, KV. KV, have you deleted the whole range? Go to is equals to, go to data sheet and link it with other assets. Go to is equals to, go to data sheet, open use is equal to, go to data sheet and click on 6799.6, click enter. Done. Are you done this time? Both KV and MM. Perfect. Now shift, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, and control R. Shift, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, right arrow, and control R. Done. Now click on F2. Click on F2. Are you done this time, KV? Datasheet is appearing in front of you. Use minus. Link it with 3932. F2 not working, use function F2. If F2 is not working, use function F2. If function F2 not working, double click on it. If function F2 is still not working, double click on it. Fair enough. Fair enough. KV, are you comfortable now? MMU, VR, is F2 working for you now? If F2 not working, have you got the solution? Do minus C76, drag the formula, control R, total assets is fixed assets plus current assets. Prepare a check line, CHECK, check this. Total liabilities minus total assets should equal to 0, should be equal to 0. If it is not, probably we have done something wrong. Now it is 0. Drag this formula to last in other assets. And your total asset and total liability should get matched. Next. Are you guys done? KVMM, are you guys done? Other asset, VR. You want me to repeat for other asset? Total asset, current asset plus fixed asset is total asset is equals to current asset plus fixed asset. Around 10 more sessions PM. Now, other asset F2 minus, when you click on F2, add minus and total asset, total current asset, you will get that. Why do we deduct total asset from current asset from other asset? Because here we wanted fixed assets and we were having values of total assets. We were getting values earlier. We had values for 34476.9. Why we subtracted fixed assets? Simply because total assets is equals to current asset minus fixed asset. So fixed asset would be, here we had our total asset. Here we had a component of total asset. We deducted current asset from it and we got our fixed asset. That is why we are deducting it based on the logic that we discussed in the rough sheet. So why do we did it? We did it because total asset is equals to current asset plus fixed asset. Therefore, since we want fixed asset, it would be total asset minus current asset. And that is what we are doing. Total asset minus current asset. Now, copy the same format, Control C, Alt EST, Alt EST, Alt EST, Alt EST. Let me know once done. What I did, copied the same format. If I want to select the whole range, what I will do, Shift Control and right click. Shift Control and right arrow, sorry. Shift Control and right arrow, copied it. Alt EST. Then select the whole range, Shift Control and right arrow F4. Shift Control and right arrow F4. Shift Control and right arrow F4. Done. Everyone. Everyone, are you guys done? Check part. In check part, we did nothing but total liability minus total assets. Total assets minus total liabilities. And we colored it in red color. This is what we did in the check part. Unable to get the gray shade. Select the whole range. Select the whole range and click on this gray shade. Select the whole range and click on that gray shade. Select the whole range and click over here on gray shade. Fill color is the option. Click on that and go on gray shade. Next, copy this. Alt EST. If you are not able to copy the format, you will need to go through paste special. Copy this. Select the whole range. Go to paste. Paste special. If you are still not comfortable with Alt EST, go to format and click on OK. Done. Done. Copy. Select this whole range. Copy. Control plus. Control plus. Name this as cash flow statement. Name this as cash flow statement. Now, For cash flow statement, it would hardly take 5 minutes to cover cash flow statement. It is essential. SG is saying it's better if we cover it in next class. No, SG, we can't do it because we are already have a fixed schedule, and in order to incorporate every student, we are going very slow, very slow. Trust me, we are going very slow. What is to be covered in 4 lectures, we are covering in 2 lectures. So we cannot miss the golden time of 10 minutes that is remaining. And trust me, we will be done with the cash flow statement in next 5 minutes. Now, go to your browser. Go to your browser and go to screener.in. Go to browser and go to screener.in. Search for Maruti. Sorry, Priyanka, but those things are not in my hand. As I said, as like you are informed about the timings, I am also informed about the timings, and I have to obey the timings, obey the schedule that has been informed to me. Yes, yes, I will share the file. I will share the file. Go to screener, open Maruti Suzuki. I will share the link with you. Click on this link that I have shared in the chat box. Go to the cash flow statement and open the cash flow statement. Open the whole cash flow statement. Open the whole cash flow statement. Select the whole cash flow statement. Select the whole cash flow statement. Use Control C and use Alt S T. Alt S T, text, T for text. Paste it, and yes, you are done. Let me know if you are done till here. We will select the whole range, go to cash flow statement, open the whole cash flow statement. There might be plus sign in cash flow from operating activity, investing activity, financing activity. Open it, copy it. Alt ES T. Done, everyone. Now, here we have cash flow from operating activity. Bold it. We have cash flow from investing activity. Shift space. Shift space. Alt H1. Cash flow from financing activity. Shift space. Alt H1. What is operating activities? The cash flows generated from the core business. Investing activities, cash flow generated from purchase and sale of fixed assets or non-current assets. Financing activities, cash flows generated by issuing or repaying debt or equity. Issuing or repaying debt or equity. You have to bold 4 line items: cash flow from operating activity, investing activity, financing activity, and net cash flows. Net cash flows. Let me know once done. Done? Everyone? Do you want me to wait? Ask me to wait. You didn't got all the values? Usman, probably because you might have not opened all the 3 line items. Open operating activity, open investing activity, open financing activity. Start from net cash flows and go till cash flow from operating activity till March 13. Copy this, Control C, and paste it. Yes, I am explaining all the three cash flows again. Cash flow from operating activities means cash flows generated from core business operations. Okay, just give me a second. Cash flow from operating activities means, I don't know why this is not going. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Yes. So cash flow from operating activities, all the cash flows generated from core business by receiving money from customers, paying for inventory, paying to suppliers, taking loan or giving loan in advances, taking loans or advances. Working capital, these are working capital changes. We will discuss everything one by one. Just give me some time. Once done, add one line in between. Sorry, select cash flow from investing activity, add one line in between. Select cash flow from financing activity, add one line in between. Select net cash flow and add one line in between. Now, once one row is added in between, shift space bar control plus, shift space bar control plus, shift space bar control plus, you will be adding one row in between. Now, you will be doing control C, selecting that line that you have added, control plus. Sorry. Select the whole range. Select the whole range. Control X. Control X. X for cut. Control plus. Control X. Select the whole range. Control plus. Control X. Select the whole range. Control plus. Done. Everyone done till here? Investing activities are those activities that has been involved in purchase and sale of fixed assets, purchase and sale of fixed assets or investments for more than 1 year. Anything related to equity and debt, anything related to the sources of capital is a part of financing activity. Fair enough. Now, everyone done till here? Everyone done till here? Guys, are you done till here? Or do you want me to wait? Or do you want me to repeat? And if you want me to repeat, you want me to repeat which part? Please let me know. Perfect. Perfect. Now, since most of you are done, I'm seeing that you guys are done. Now the challenge is, in this column, we have data from 15, 16, 17. And from here in the cash flow statement, we have data from 13, 14, 15. So to deal with this, we will delete the years 13, 14, and 15. We will select 30, not 15, but 13 and 14. Select these two ranges, delete it. Select these two range and delete it. Then select this whole range. Use Control X, paste it. Done. Are you guys done? Yes, GA, but we need to. I know you are very fast, GA. I know you have good sort of experience with Excel, but I will have to wait for appropriate confirmations, right? control minus, don't do control minus over here. Don't do control minus over here. Yes, we will be done in next 2 minutes. Now, the only thing you need to get done with is control C, alt ST, simply copy and paste it. Control C, control V. Now, control C, alt ST, alt ST. We will be done in next 2 minutes, guys. Give me just last 2 minutes. Alt ST, alt ST. Once we are done, the only thing that you need to do is alt is equals to alt is equals to alt is equals to drag the formula, and net cash flow would be cash flow from investing, financing, and operating activities. But just one thing, one last thing. In operating activity, just copy this format and also add it for working capital changes. Now, formula for working capital changes would be is equals to sum of receivables, inventory, payables from receivables to other working capital items. Once you are done, drag this. Now, the formula for cash flow from operating activity would be profit from operations plus other working capital item plus direct taxes. Control R, and then you are done. I know this part was a bit fast, but those who are done with this can leave. Those who have still doubt, that was it for the day. Those who are done with this can leave. Yes, I will share this file again. Don't worry. So I will again repeat what we need to do. For other working capital changes, we will use is equals to sum function. We will select this whole range: receivables, inventory, payable. How can you select this range? Receivables, comma, inventory, comma, payables, comma, loan and advances, comma, other working capital items, comma, operating investment, bracket close. Drag this formula, control R. And this is the formula for cash flow from operations. It is profit from operations plus working capital items plus direct taxes. Control R. From investing activities, it's simply alt is equals to, and we have dragged it, alt is equals to, and we have dragged it. Net cash flow is equals to cash flow from investing, financing, and operating activities. Adding investing, financing, and operating activities. With this, we are done for the day. Let me share the sheet with you. I hope you enjoyed the session. Waiting for your feedback, may it be positive, may it be negative. Waiting for your feedback. Expecting equal efforts from your end as well. Let me know if you want me to incorporate a different way of teaching. And with this, we are done. Thank you, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. See you again next week, but do practice. Repeat the formula for what? Repeat the formula for what, Anshuman? Last one, working capital changes. If you the sheet is shared in the chat box. The sheet is being shared in the chat box. Operating activity is equals to sum of profit from operation plus working capital changes plus direct taxes. Okay. Guys, is short sheet not received by you all? Don't you have received the sheet? The people who might have joined from the mobile phone might have not received the sheet. The people who might have joined from the mobile phone might have not received the sheet. For them, the sheet will be uploaded on LMS. The sheet will be uploaded on LMS. You can raise ticket in number of times. You can raise tickets in number of times. There is no limit to it. But make sure while before raising the ticket, you have gone through the recordings, because when you have raised the ticket and requested for the session, I am going to ask you whether you have gone through the recordings, and I am going to ask you the concepts. So before going through raising a ticket, just go through the recordings. Make sure you have practiced. What is the formula for working capital changes? Formula for working capital changes is sum of everything above working capital change except profit from operation. So it is sum of receivable, inventory, payable, loan and advance, operating investment and working capital investments. If sheet is not getting opened, it will be uploaded on LMS. Don't worry. It will be uploaded on LMS and it will be shared to you. I have shared the sheet again on chat box. Please check. I have shared the sheet again on chat box. Please check. So guys, have you received the sheet? Guys, have you received the sheet? So thank you guys. That was all from my side. Thank you. Thanks for being so patient. Thanks for being still here. Is the first number for other working capital item 746? Yes, it is 746. Thank you. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Have fun. I'm ending the meet. It has been too late for all of you, I know. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.